KP,
हम्म.
KP start
सुरू
now.
झाले सर लाईव्ह स्ट्रीम.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
हो हो, एक मिनिट. हॅलो भोसले सर.
Please tell me.
सर shall we start now?
Please. No problem.
Okay. Oh, very good morning to everyone. I welcome you all in the morning session of day 5. From initiation of a research idea to the ultimate culmination in publication, there are many segments. Initiation of a research idea, thorough literature search, formulation of a research question, proper study design, conduction of research, analysis of data, proper interpretation of results, and publication in a peer-reviewed journal. For those who are involved in conduction of research, it is necessary that they perform the research well to curtail wastage of time and money, and therefore proper research methodology must be framed. Yesterday, Dr. D. Samantha talked on e-tools for effective research, and today we have Professor Dr. S.V. Bhosale sir, who will guide us on research methodology. Before inviting Dr. Bhosale sir to talk, I would like to introduce him. Professor Dr. S.V. Bhosale sir has worked for several different organizations in various countries that include India, Germany, Switzerland, and currently Australia. Within a short amount of time, he has established a very good reputation at the international level. Currently, he is working at Goa University as a UGC professor under faculty research program. Bhosale sir has completed his MSc in 1999 from Swami Ramananda Tirth Maratha University and PhD in 2004 from Freie University Berlin, Germany. He is a fellow member of Royal Australian Chemical Institute of Chemistry. He started his career in 1999 as a project assistant at National Chemical Laboratory, Pune, and worked on various positions like postdoctoral fellow at Freie University Berlin, Germany, Roche Foundation postdoctoral fellow at University of Geneva, Switzerland, ARC APW fellow at Monash University, Clayton, Victoria, Australia, lecturer at Monash University, Clayton, Victoria, Australia, ARC Future Fellow, RMIT University, Melbourne, Australia, Senior Research Fellow at RMIT University, Melbourne, Australia, Senior Research Fellow at Melbourne University, Australia. In total, he has published 208 research papers in peer-reviewed journals with 90% of publications in A-star journals. His overall citations are more than 5,270. His H-index is 35 and I-index is 120. One book and 9 book chapters are at his credit. He worked as a keynote speaker in more than 60 conferences. Under his able guidance, 8 students completed their PhD, 1 student completed MS, and 4 students completed their honors. His research interest is synthesis of small organic molecules with possible applications in nanomaterials, supramolecular chemistry, sensors, lipid chemistry, bioorganic chemistry, artificial photosynthesis, and organic solar cells. He is a recipient of Maxwell Eagle Endowment Award in 2015 for for cancer research, and Australian Research Council postdoctoral fellowship. He is also a member of editorial advisory board of Chemistry Open, editorial board Sensors, editorial advisory board of Science. Over the past years, Dr. Bhosale sir has established strong collaborations with many distinguished researchers, including physicians and experimental scientists from all over the world. So such an eminent personality is among us. All of you are eager to hear him, and so I request Professor Dr. Bhosale sir to guide us on research methodology. Professor Dr. Bhosale sir.
Okay, sir. I will share the slide. Is you see our slide now?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. I have to open this again. Okay. Thank you, sir, for a kind invitation, and hopefully you will enjoy my talk. I will give the brief like already it is a series of seminar you conducting. It's very good. Like nowadays, Corona is killing everyone. The fortunate or unfortunate, we are stuck somewhere. But now you guys taking initiative to bring this idea online webinar is the best thing. Today, now you see that how to write paper or how to submit paper. You learn this all these things. But today I will show you researcher what they can do. That's called a research methodology. And there is not only organic synthesis from carbon bond formation, heterocyclic bond formation. There are many things people can do, and this is lacking in India. That is my big issue. Like I always talk in conferences. Now you introduce me very nicely, but we lacking, like we say we don't have facility. Is everything all right, sir? Hello, you can hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. What do we think, like I'm from this college, I'm from that college, or I'm from this university or that university? People always think like we lacking of facility, because what happening from old generation to young generation, we just believe that everything should be on our table to do the research. It's not like that, because we have to take efforts, make a collaboration. It's the most important thing. Last time also in what to go Gangapur, I told this same thing. We should open up an idea. What idea? Not even collaborate with China or Pakistan, but there are many countries who can collaborate. Now, I will give the brief about my research. I will take 1 hour, and if you give me permission, I can go beyond that. Research methodology, you heard about how to submit paper, how to write papers. That's a series Vaijapur you guys taking. And I really thanks to all of you to invite me for this webinar. And given that I'm also busy, I'm because my lab is working, my students is outside here. They can't hear me, but if I talk louder, they can hear me. This is very important. Like now, I tell you what will happen in the future. The corona will be remain with us. How we can tackle with that corona is the most important. How we can secure ourselves, because we cannot stop industry, we cannot stop food industry, we cannot stop anything. And that was a smaller mistake what happened previously, you might know, and there might be some bug there. I don't want to comment on that, but corona will be always with us. And this was from last 20 years there was a corona, but it come up with some different way. And because if it is coming from the animal, then that can be cured, because we can isolate the antibody from that particular animal and inject in the person. But it is not happening, because it is not a animal produce the corona. Let's say I will show you the couple of good things, like excite the researcher, like young scientists. There might be many young scientists, because you told me there are thousands, more than 1,000 people. That's why I couldn't come to the Zoom. I will show you the supramolecular chemistry, functional structure on the nanoscale. What is this means? Because small molecule we can use as a drug, but can we use that molecule to make it more flexible? Okay, beginning that, I must thank my student. If you see the right hand side, these are 4 or 5 girls from the RMIT. All are graduated, already got PhD. There are one missing, but they got PhD. And another thing I want to explain, because this is research methodology. If I talk my research, you might it might go over your head. But these guys or these girls got PhD in 3 years time. Why in India we not doing this? This is the most important thing. Okay, Corona is there. This is a new thing. But why our people like ENCL, ISR, IITs, why they take 5 to 6 years to do the PhD? This is the most important question you should ask yourself. And if someone want to do the PhD in state university, scenario is same. Then we need a big people like now young generation should come up. Say 3 years, UGC give the guideline, 3 year enough for to do the PhD because of the 6 semester. Before it was a 4 semester, now 6 semester. It is very good. And why not we cannot finish PhD within that time? That's a big question for me. Okay, not going that detail because you recording this. I thanks my RMIT group. This is my RMIT group, right side. This is my current group in the Goa University. Because of them, I'm here to talk with you guys, like what we're doing, how far we can go. And if someone is interested to join me, always welcome because there might be many faculties, only maybe small students there. But student, same thing. I just want to explain like why you taking coaching classes. Like when you go to 10th standard, you have to take coaching classes. 11th standard, you prepare for NEET, GEAT, whatever is that. Instead of that, if you want to make a career, you can do anywhere. That's why now I have 6 students with me. You can see the left hand side. Can anyone see that, sir? Hello, hello.
Ha, sir. You are
Ah,
visible, sir.
okay. The left hand side is my group from the Goa University. There is one Goan girl and one from the Satara. There is a lot of people working, and because of them, I'm here. Because always what people say, we working. I did this, or did that. It's not like that. Because of student, I'm here to talk in front of you. Because of their collaboration, their more efforts, I'm here. And collaboration is most important. That's lacking in India. This because I'm talking in a research methodology. I just want to give the idea to the student or young generation that they should make the effort. Okay, let's suppose I'm synthesizing a small molecule. Let's another person do the DFT, another person do the cancer cell imaging or so whatever. It should be explored. If you keep your molecule with you and not exploring, you cannot make a big paper. I published many big papers because of the collaboration. I have the 3 chemical review, chemical society review, 1 chemical review, account. This is because of collaboration. Okay. I thanks this. Funding is the most important. When I was in Australia, I was getting crores of rupees to do my research. But when I come to India, I got 10 lakh rupees. And people were laughing to me. How you can do the research with 10 lakh rupees? I said, I can do it. Money is not important. You make that 10 lakh rupees to make the molecule and then give to someone else and they do their study. Okay. Next slide. I will. And this is COVID. Because people are very threat of COVID. So far, no specific treatment of disease caused COVID-19. However, many of the symptoms can be treated. Therefore, treatment based on the patient's conditions. This is most important. I just want to give this brief before go to the my talk because this is a corona same to the like a HIV. If you take care of yourself, you will be survived. And then why to stop the world? If you stop the world, it's not a Donald Trump or whatever he does, it's a different thing. But you cannot stop the world. If you stop, then the economy will go down. And there is no food. People are walking on the street and they're fighting. Once you open the shop, they're threatening or fighting. That's why you keep open. Tell them you have to live like this. Otherwise, if someone take a risk, they can die. That's why there is no vaccine yet, and it will take so many, at least 1 to 2 years to get a proper vaccine like our BCG. are there any specific medicine to treat coronavirus? Till today, there is no specific medicine recommended to prevent from WHO. However, those infected with the virus should receive the appropriate care to relieve the threat symptom. Like if you got khasi, like khokla, if you got the fever, that can be cured with the, and it's not all patient has the same symptom because there is a lot of things going on. That's why don't take too much pressure. You wear your mask, you wash your hand, take your sanitizer. I put it down. Can antibiotic treat coronavirus disease? No, because antibiotic cannot treat the virus. Antibiotic only can treat the bacteria. That's why antibiotic cannot be used. Like when you get coughing, you can treat that with antibiotics. But if it is a virus, then you cannot treat, and that virus is causing a breath problem. That's why you have to be careful. There were rumors coronavirus disease may may not be transmitted to the hot climate. It's not like that. This is a virus, and if it is coming from the animal, then I guarantee you, if it is coming from animal, then it can survive in certain areas because the animal itself, that area will happily living with that virus, but it's spreading everywhere. There is no about hot or cold environment. That's why we have to be careful. Will virus disease spread through food? Yes, because generally whenever we cook, whenever we get food, we store in the freeze, and then virus will be stay there because open environment virus can be treated or disappeared because of 6 hour, 3 hour something. But if you make it cold, then virus won't die, or I don't want to say die, but virus cannot be go out from the food. That's why this is spread through the food. Coronavirus disease is very dangerous to old people. Yes, because those old people having the kidney infection, there is sugar problem, there are high boiling, like high BP, and that's why they can be, the corona will be very effective to them. Why corona is effective to the child? Because they don't develop anything, but the attack of the corona goes to the lungs. If it goes to the lungs, then small child has the small lungs or small breathing problem. Already some girls or boys, when they born, they have the small breathing problem like asthma or some like you have to give some pop, some girls or some boys. But that's why this affect to the older people and a younger generation. That's why, yeah, like 12 to 45 or 55, no problem. That's why the death rate coming to the old people. Coronavirus, not bacteria, are mass effective? This is another question I put in here. Okay, mask used for the bacteria because like when the doctor or nurse goes to the hospital, they wear the mask. Now we using mask because to avoid the corona. But problem here, the corona can be, now the bacteria can be avoided from the bacteria. Our mask can be avoided from the bacteria, but not corona. This is a virus. That's why it is very important. Always, whenever you wear the mask, always wash your hand because they don't say, I have the mask, I'm safety. It's not like that because the mask cannot give the safety. It can go anywhere because your ear is open. I always putting black glasses. That's why it's very important to put all the safety. Always sanitizer means if you don't find the sanitizer from market, you can use the spirit mix with ethanol water mixture, and then 70% is spirit and 30% water. You just keep washing hand. You can take at home, put it there before outside the door. Whenever you coming inside, ask them to wash your hand. This is very important. And now we have to live with this. This is very dangerous corona coming in the world. People say like Modi government say Vazwa Tadi, Vazwa Baja, and Lava Divta. It's not like this. This is a very, very dangerous. Okay. HIV vaccines, there are HIV vaccine. People say, why you talk about HIV vaccine? There is HIV vaccine, I know. But you can read this slide. Lunavir and ritonavir is not a cure of HIV infection. To decrease your risk of spreading HIV disease to the others. This is the important thing. If you get the virus, like a coronavirus vaccine, then that will be not to spread the virus to other people. That's why it's very important, and that's what I learned until now. And my lab is started. We working on so many things, and will corona will get vaccine to cure coronavirus disease. This is a new disease. There is no vaccine until one is developed, but it will take many 1 2 years, number of years maybe, because once you develop the vaccine, that can only can prevent, you know, the tubercular disease. This is a tubercular disease. Still there is tubercular disease. A lot of my uncle has a tubercular disease. This can go like this because you cannot cure, and only our vaccine cannot prevent that. Only it can suppress. That's you keep in mind. Then whenever you're going out, you take care yourself. That's my talk. Now I will move towards my research area. And there are many drugs, and for young generation, they should not only focus on the vaccine, because like I told you, like antibiotics, all these things, or even for tuberculosis or cancer cells, not only vaccine can cure anything. There is a many area you can develop small molecules, like we seen that hydrochloroquine used by the US government, and they took us from us, like they borrow from us, and Indian government gave them. Then there is a many chance if you develop idea how this molecule can intercalate in DNA. The left hand side, this is our hydrochloroquine. You can see the bottom page, left hand side. This is the drug people use. Even the Donald Trump used this drug. He told us in the media. Then we can make the derivative of this drug and see that whether that can be more effective than vaccine. And then government should put money for that. Not only looking in the small vaccine development, because it takes some time. It will take a year, maybe 1 2 years. Maybe someone will come a better idea, but we don't know whether it can affect to the our other organ or something. That's why it is very important to develop the small molecule drugs, and this is the best chance for the small our state universities or colleges, because synthesizing this molecule is very easy. Functionalizing this molecule will be very easy. That's why we can put our efforts to make the other type of drug molecule from same type of molecule, just functionalizing with phosphate, sulfonate, to make the more water soluble or whatever it is, and then we test it. Okay, I come to now my main topic. This is research methodology. My group working on the utilizing concept from nature. I'm not really focused on the coronavirus, but I will show you the how we are reaching to the corona. The utilizing concept are like a photosynthesis. There are many things like physics, chemistry. Like when you talk about why my BP is high, the BP is high, and doctor say don't eat too much sodium chloride. He give the tablet. I promise you. Now you might be heard about the Ramdev Baba, everyone. I promise you, if you eat every day one banana, no one do this. I always telling that banana has the calcium, magnesium. That's very effective, because what happen if you use the sodium chloride with our food, the channel transport, all sodium goes inside the inside the cell, and that create the panic in the cells. The panic come to the brain. That is a more bad. That's why try to eat every day one banana morning. What is wrong with that? Because the banana is very cheap. We can get it anywhere, any world. That's why try to eat one banana early morning and don't drink water half an hour. I'm not a medicinal guy, but I am telling because what will happen? It reverses the channel. The potassium go inside and sodium come out or OH come out. That's why banana is most important. This is the best example I'm telling you. There are receptor ion channels. That's a high BP ion channel, and there are many things. Now, if you read the bottom sentence, there is still long way to go. Our aim is to learn from nature and use the knowledge to explore the new frontiers. This is most important sentence I put there because we think we have combi plum, we cure the fever, we cure the headache. That's what we think, but it is not true because the combi plum, eating combi plum is a 50 paisa combi plum or a 1 rupee combi plum. It causes a lot of problem because it has a lot of hydrophobic compounds. They stuck in the body and slowly they cause a problem to other organ. That's why not only combi plum, but there are many drugs. That's why causing the problem. And then that's why I put this sentence, there is still long way to go. Our aim to learn from nature to knowledge explore it. And then see the nature. People synthesize this molecule to show that this is butterfly like nature. You can see the beautiful butterfly. They synthesize this molecule, dancing molecules. Yeah, there are many papers coming like this, or even penguin like structure. People make the structure with a synthesis molecule. Even like hello, hi. Now we will stop this. Already stop it. Now instead of doing hello, hi. Now we say hello, Corona. Hello, Corona. See, this is a beautiful slide. I put it here. When you synthesize a molecule, like in a small laboratory or IITs, ISR, whatever. Now people started supermodern chemistry, I will tell you. But if you make the carbon-carbon bond, carbon-hydrogen bond, carbon-oxygen bond, all this molecule, you can reach, you can see the platoxin. You can read this platoxin. It's the biggest molecule has been synthesized. This coming from Nikola Group from USA. And now his funding stopped because making molecule like you synthesize, you putting like a billion rupee or dollar for making one molecule, not giving anything. That's why, and to reach the top level, like biological system, chemical system, or EMC spectrum, infrared, transistor, wires, visible on the top, it's impossible to synthesize such big molecule with our carbon-carbon bond formation or our synthesis methodology. Then people come with idea whether we can make the molecular structure which can make the assembly. Yeah, you can see here Nobel winner from 2016, Swag, Sir Stoddard, Fringa. I had chance to work with Fringa 2 years. And they make this molecule like you can see the right hand side on the bottom, the Fraser Stoddard molecule lift. This is molecular lift. What he does with changing the pH, one molecule goes to bottom to the top. That's how he developed the system. Another system, you can make the key lock system by Sway. And Ben Feringa make the molecular motor. It is not our car, but his system. Why they got Nobel? Because they can deliver the drug in a specific cell with and they release the uh, drug molecule in a specific cell. That's why they got Nobel. I will go further. This is the one idea. Now, if you look at the uh, condition on the nature, what nature does, there is no covalent bond. Like what we're doing in our country, we try to make the molecule bigger size molecule, make a heterocycle, but many of the people just making molecule to get PhD. That's another thing. But we can develop the system to mimic the nature. This is very important. And government not putting money is another thing. I think they now learn that if you government could put the money before like 5 6 years ago, then we could have come up with the idea to make the vaccine until now for corona. Because if you read the 12th standard book, then there is already corona CV2 something. Yeah. Then this is very important. And then government not putting money because they are business people now. I really unhappy with the planning of government because the basic research is also important. If you don't do the basic research, how do you know how can treat the coronavirus now? Now how threat is coming out? How many people dying? This is very important. One person die from your family. How will you happy with that? Now already 6,000 something died in India. 1 lakh something died in USA. The USA person died in the Vietnam War. That was the biggest war in the world. Not a World War II and World War One, but the because of they just want to attack the Vietnam, their people killed because of the guerrilla attack Vietnam did. Same thing. If someone goes from your family to the hospital, how you will feel? That's why very important government because where government get money? Government getting money from us, our tax money. The government should put that money for a specific thing, not buying the plane compared to the Trump or something. I really don't like that. Okay, this is the one of the best diagrams. One of the best diagram which explain you nature never uses the covalent bonding. You can see the bacterochlorophyll. There is bacteriophectin. There is quinone and quinone. This is a purple bacteria actual structure. Yeah, is a crystal structure. Same thing happening in the plant. There is no covalent bond. That's why people should come with the idea say, okay, we can develop the system which can act similar to the natural system. This is most important.
हॅलो भोसले सर. हो ना. हॅलो. फोन नंबर बाहेर पडले का? नाही बाहेर नाही पडले आहे स्क्रीनवर त्यांचा आवाज येत नाही. हॅलो. सर यू आर नॉट ऑडिबल. हॅलो.
Hello. Hello.
हा भोसले सर.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, sir. I can hear now.
But slide is not shared.
Try again, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible now.
How much time I have got? 30 minutes. Can you see my slides?
Yes. Yes, please continue.
Okay. But I can't see the slides. You guys mean something.
We can. Okay, okay.
Hello?
Yes, we can see.
But I can't see on the slide where I'm moving.
Okay, sir. Close it and try again. स्क्रीन त्यांना दिसत नाही.
स्लाइड दिसते का? बघ बरं. मला दिसणार गेले रे. रेकॉर्ड करणं का? तुझं कॉम्प्युटरला प्रॉब्लेम झाले. सर कॅन यू सी इट?
Yes, sir. We can see it.
Okay. Sir, which slide? The mini slides. Okay, sir. all of you. What I will show you, I'm working on these 5 areas where I use the actual for a biological application, natural diamond for another application, fluorescent material, and the porphyrin nanostructure. Also the beautiful structure, like what is big. Don't worry about only corona. We have to live with corona, like that's Uddhav Thackeray told us, not with live with corona, but we have to take care of corona. Can anyone, everyone see the slides, please? Can someone tell me? Okay, okay. This is the system. Like I will give the brief idea about the actual system. Very simple system. What I did, we use the magnetic particle and then react with the tetrahedral orthosilicate to the make the hydroxy group. Then we put the APTS to make the amino group, functional amino group on the porphyrin magnetic particle. Then we functionalize the porphyrin, which make the small stuck to the particles. Then we make the walls to make the well-like structure. That's what we call it active. And very easy to criticize that active, like when you excite this base porphyrin, it emits the light or it gives the fluorescence. But if you add the same size porphyrin, which goes inside the porphyrin active well, gives the fluorescence. You can see the right hand side, the top fluorescence. However, if you add the bigger size molecule, which cannot go inside the active well, and you can see the bottom of the right hand side, the fluorescence remain intact. This is very important, very simple system. Anyone can make any colleges. That's important. Another thing, what we did, the our actual walls has the double bond. Like when you make the walls, you make the double bond around this actual walls. Then simple microadhesive reaction, we make the पॉझिटिव्ह रिम लाईक आपल्या विहिरीला कडे घालतो आपण we make the actual positive rim, then added negative charge porphyrin stuck there having the other redox potential. Then this actual the difference between these two molecules can be varied. It can be 0.5 nanometer, it can be 1 nanometer, we can go beyond the 1 nanometer. But if you consider the nature, all the molecule, if you think about the bacterochlorophyll or purple bacteria or even green plant, the molecule separated from each other with a 10 nanometer distance. That's called a 10 angstrom distance, sorry. That's called a 1 nanometer distance. Yeah. Then we did a lot of study about this, like whether we can excite this, and this is non-covalent two molecules similar to the natural phenomenon. And later on, we study that, and this can be okay. I want to tell the young guys, like, can we do this system on the other system, like other surface, like instead of using a magnetic particle, silica particle, can you do the gold plate to do study? Like there are many electrochemists. Yes, we can do that. We can use the gold surface to do same chemistry. You can see this slide. When you have the gold plate, then giving the beautiful cyclical tomogram, when you put the actual the C, then it giving the half cyclotomogram. Then 4. When you have the positive rim, because the electron transfer from the gold to ferricyanide taking so long time. That's why not so long time, because of the it's covering the gap positive rim. But when you once you put the negative charge porphyrin, it blocks. You can see the 5 curve. Means you can use the cyclic tomogram to do same chemistry. Okay. One more beautiful thing here. What we observe that if you add the same size molecule, like विहिरीमध्ये आपल्या विहिरीमध्ये दगड टाकायचा आहे, पण तेवढा मोठा दगड जर भेटला तर ठीक आहे. पण आपल्या बोरमध्ये, if you doing the bore well, if you want to measure the water content inside, if you throw the similar size content, it might take so long time to reach bottom. If you throw the small some spherical thing, it can go easily. But here, what we observe here, the same size porphyrin which has the different redox potential, taking 10,000 10,000 second time to reach at the bottom. This is average value, but then it can be depend on the when you putting the ethanol dissolved water dissolve or chloroform dissolved molecule to reach at the bottom. Taking advantage from that, this is the first example where we develop that we can make the molecule like A, B, C, D, A, C, B, D, whatever way you want. Like if you want to put the water soluble molecule first, then put the chloroform soluble or put the ethanol soluble, other way around. Means we can develop such a system very easily. And this is the first example where we mimic the purple bacteria. What was in purple bacteria? We have bacterochlorophyll, bacterofaptine, quinone, and quinone. What is the most important purple bacteria and green plant? Once sunlight come to them, charge separation takes place very nicely, and a charge recombination takes very long time. And this is what we learn from this paper. Next one, we can use our system as a receptor for like capturing fluorine-like molecule very easily. And now, because fluorine is non-soluble, it's only soluble in toluene or benzene, toxic solvents, very hazardous solvent. Here we use our system to dissolve or disperse this fluorine inside the gaps. My system is very simple. Everyone knows the Jablonski diagram. When you excite one molecule at the bottom, H0, it goes to the single state. Internal conversion goes to the S1 state, and then ISC goes to the triple state. Very simple system. When you put the quencher molecule, it take up the energy from the base porphyrin 6, and then if you block this system with other antibiotics or other molecule, then your quencher does not go inside. I don't want to take too much time because I want to show the beautiful structure because you might getting bored. There are many people. The hydrophobic actually is generally size selective, kinetic traps, very solid in water. And there are many examples who studied that. If you are very interested in doing some research in this area, very, very interesting topic. But what about the reverse case? Can we make the hydrophilic actually? You can see that. What is hydrophobic? Same thing like a butter. Butter having the hydrophobic carbon chain. Why one person is a fat and another person is not a fat? Because some people tend to stuck the hydrophobic carbon chain from oil or butter in their body. They have tendency of that. But instead of this, we replace this left hand side hydrophobic carbon chain with oxygen. We make hydrophilic carbon chain, then peptidic carbon chain. We are able to do this because why it is important? This is very important because when you're eating antibiotics, we don't know what is happening when we eat them. And many of molecules remain in the body. And we first time, because why when you use the antibiotic, they might be interacting with this protein or that protein. That's the effect. Yeah. But here we study that what is the variation. We use the hydrophobic active, hydrophilic active, peptidic active to see that difference using the antibiotic, whether they're binding to the hydrophilic protein or hydrophobic protein and so on. This is very well studied. Now I come to the best topic. You will love this topic because now we know our porphyrin, base porphyrin emits the light. When you give the light, it emits the fluorescence or emit the another light. Then when you put the another molecule, then donor molecule cannot go inside, acceptor molecule cannot go inside, the quencher molecule. Then taking advantage from that, we develop system. We have the base porphyrin. You can see the left hand side small structure there. We have the silica particle. We have the one porphyrin. We have the doxorubicin. And third porphyrin, already we know that it covers the gap. And the doxorubicin and MTZ molecule, many of you might know the Barsi area. In the Barsi, they use this as a curing the cancer, giving the such type of drugs like a doxan and MTZ. And then we thought, because in Barsi area, whenever you getting this dose or MTZ dose, the 80% of dose goes to the waste and it won't go from the body. It remains in the body. And later on, like even if you feel like our patient cure for 3-4 years, later on it caused to problems with kidney, other organ. Then we thought, can we use our system because we know that this molecule stick in the our active chemistry. The active, we use the drugs to bind inside. You can see that drugs going inside. Then we cover the gaps. I don't want to go in too much detail. If your time come, if you have question, we can discuss this. And then drugs go inside very nicely, tightly, sit inside. Then we have the negatively charged porphyrin on the top layer, like a binding to the positive rim. Then what we did? Next step. Then when you can see here D slide, figure, please. Around our normal cells are 7 pH cells. The dox is not coming out, or even the top layer is not coming out because it is neutral. But if you increase the pH to decrease the pH to 4.5, the top molecule coming out. Very interesting thing, because dox remains inside the active. Dox is our drug molecule remains inside the cell. And then if you increase the pH to the 7.8, the doxorubicin coming out. You can see here F, like slowly dox coming out. If there is no the top layer, no dox coming out until 9.4 very nicely, very smoothly. And a good thing about this actual chemistry, better than the Sir Stoddard or other people, because the particle what we make is a 100 nanometer particle. They remain intact until you have the active, you release the drug or you keep the drug, they remain intact. Means it until 300 nanometer particle, like when people want to do the study or anyone young scientist want to do the study, the particle remain intact is very important because they can go as a waste. But you might realize here, I don't know how many of you know the biology. There are many biologist people, they might have many questions, but our cancer cells are acidic. Our doxorubicin coming out from the actively in the basic media. And that's why what we thought, instead of taking dox, can we use another molecule? Simple MTZ. This is you can see that MTZ at the left hand corner. Very nice drug and a very cheap drug. This also stuck in the body. Can we release this drug in a specific cell? Let's suppose you have cancer in your hand somewhere. And what do we develop here? Three ideas. I just want to tell you. We have the particles, having the magnetic inside property. Then we make the MTZ inside this active. And here for MTZ, we don't need the positive charge rim or another layer there, because MTZ has a hydrophobic nature. They stuck in the active very nicely. We published this paper in a very nice journal. I think it was in Nature scientific report. The two molecules go in each cavity. They stuck and they don't need anything. Neutral pH, you can see here figure B. Neutral pH or basic pH, they remain intact. Only if you decrease the pH to the acidic media, the drug is releasing. And if you go to the C, depending on the decreasing pH, the drug molecule coming out very nicely. Let's suppose we have the cancer on the hand somewhere, or somewhere, left hand side or right hand side. And if you inject your drug from the bottom, somewhere, your leg or something, then if you bring the magnet, because our system of the magnetic nanoparticle, if you bring the magnet from outside, the all particle from the bloodstream or anywhere will occupy in the specific area. What is the benefit of that? Because you might say, you can inject directly drug there. It's not like that, because drugs remain inside the body. Now, our system show that it's slowly releasing of drug. Whenever you see the acidic media, it releases the drug. Like once it is in a cell, once it see the acidic media, drug come out because of the nature of the molecule. And then let's suppose we have the drug, we have the cancer on our hand, then we inject that in the body, then we have the magnet outside, then it occupies that place. One more thing I want to tell here, because cancer like amoeba, if you cut it that 100 times, it grow. Same thing. Small piece of cancer can cause another cancer or another growing cancer. And same thing here. if you have the cavity or reactive cavity sitting there around the cells, and then if you have the cancer there, it release the drug, kill it, but if it grows slowly after some time, then again there is a cavity, they can kill it. That is the beautiful of chemistry. Now, I just want to confirm here, we are 87%, almost 87% success to the breast cancer. When I started this project in RMIT, Australia, that's my project was for my FRP, future fellowship. We are thinking, though there might be many women, I don't want to comment too much. When I putting this project, I was thinking like Australian women or US women, they're not feeding the boys or girls milk. That's why they might be getting the cancer to the breast. But here, when I come back to India, I went Aurangabad, uh, one conference there. One conference was there. Then I went to one of my family. I visited there, and she said in her colony there is 22 smaller houses or big houses. And out of them, 6 women got the breast cancer. And then I realized that it is not about the feeding a boy or girl with milk. It is about the how we eat the food. Now I'm almost there to 87%. If I go beyond that, like beyond 93%, we'll be winning Nobel or whatever it is. But we can be very careful, or we'll be taking care of the all our women. And this is the actual we use for the breast cancer cells. Almost there. Hopefully, we'll get this drug coming in the market soon. I'll tell you. I think I'm taking too much time. Sir, is there time?
Yes,
Hello?
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, whenever there is a lack of time, you just tell me.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. Because there are 92 slides. I just want to give the all brief. Yeah. I will go faster.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This is
Okay.
another chemistry. We call it chemistry of course naphthalenamide. You can see that this is known from last many years. Like it started in 1987. And then come up in 2002. This molecule, you can see the top non-fluorescent molecule has been used in 1987 by Ullmann group. And then they found that this is their molecule can be used for the only as a acceptor. But in 2002, when I started my PhD in Germany, the Wurzburg group from Wurzburg, they come up with the idea that we can simple nucleophilic substitution of this molecule can tune the property fluorescence of this molecule. Then taking advantage from that, I joined a group of Matil, Professor Matil from Geneva, where this is the first example we created the artificial photosynthesis. This is 27 or 26 step synthesis where we attach this naphthalene diamide, learning from the Urtner from last slide. We attach this, and when we put this molecule, left side molecule, octafilin rod with naphthalene diamide, it makes the helix inside the lipid bilayer membrane and to create the artificial photosynthetic reaction center. And then when we excite this naphthalene diamide, it creates the hole or transport of electron from outside to inside and create the proton gradually. However, important thing what we found out, if you now this four molecule of this left hand side making helix inside the lipid bilayer membrane. However, if you add the another naphthalene molecule, it can intercalate inside open up channel. This is same thing what I was talking about our eating sodium chloride or banana, because very important thing, when you eat the banana, it creates the proton gradient outside, and then you have the potassium going inside the body. This is very important. I'm not a biologist, but I'm just giving the hint because that's what we learn. This is, if someone is very interested, this is a very good paper, Science 2006 13313. People don't like 3313, but this is one of the best paper we have published. 62 supporting information pages for this. But when I come to my own position in Monash University, Melbourne, what I thought, why to make a 26 step synthesis, 28 step synthesis to create this artificial photosynthesis and so on. Then what I thought, can I use this property of this naphthalene diamide to create the nice structure for a real world application? Here you can see that simple molecule have the beautiful optical property, beautiful uh, color in the solution. And then when you use the TBF, it's only detect the fluoride. Why it is important? Many of us who use a toothpaste from Ramdev Baba, we use a Colgate from these, whatever other paste we use, but we don't know what is the content of fluoride there. Ramdev Baba might guarantee you 0.09% ppm level, but who knows that? Is he has a scientist there to work? No, we don't know. They might say that this all ghee coming from this Gauran cow. Who knows that? That's why we have to be careful. Can we detect this? I'm not blaming anyone, but can we say that bring the 10 toothpaste, even you can put this for practical in your college, mix this small molecule, bring 10 to the toothpaste, and then say which toothpaste is best. Because if you put a one drop of each on one drop of toothpaste, and which one is giving the green naked eyes detection, you say this is the best. Then lighter green might be better, or maybe lighter, like that. You can use this small molecule for detection of fluoride in our daily life toothpaste. Even calcium is the most important for our milk. Simple chemistry, simple molecule. Now there was a very big scam in the China, 10, maybe 7, 8 years ago when I was in Australia. They were selling the milk from the urea or other thing. But in India also, people are lacher. I use this word. Don't make me stupid, because people just beyond the money. Why? How much you will take? Now Corona will take you there. Why you need so much money? What my comment is here, we can take this small molecule and take to the home, and then check the milk proportion. Like if there is calcium, then drink milk, otherwise don't drink. Because I seen that when I was a small kid. Don't believe me, please. When I was small kid in my rural area, people were putting like women were putting a small amount of urea at that time when I was a child. Now see, now people selling up milk of how, where milk coming from? How many cow we got in India? How many buffalo we got in India? That's why it's very important. Can you detect the calcium and say this is good milk we can drink and we can buy this packet or something? And some of you might be getting milk from the directly from the rural people, but you don't know that that time woman putting urea in the milk to make the level 37 something was there. I seen that. Yeah, and that's why it is very important. Even if you getting milk from the rural person, you have to know how much calcium is there. And that's why you can make this simple molecule. What I want to tell you, I don't want to blame anyone. I just want to tell you, we can make small molecule to take the urea from simple milk. Now, I'm a supermarket chemist. I enjoy chemistry because supermarket chemistry is a natural chemistry where that's how nature developed. And here we make like use the same molecule, naphthalene diamide. We put the aliphatic chain to make the, you can see that beautiful worm like structure. आपलं गांडूळ शेतातले गांडूळ. We can make the simple chemistry, chloroform hexane, chloroform ethanol, hydrophilic interaction. Same simple chemistry. You can make the beautiful worm like structure. You might think, what is use of this? Because now world is going to the nanotechnology. This is very important. Whether we can make small molecule can be used for the variety of application, like making solar cell panel. Like to give the example, I will discuss at the end for solar cell panel what is the importance of this molecule in solar cell panel. Instead of this, you can see that aliphatic chain C10, C21 at the top. Instead of that, if I make a hydrophilic chain, Just inserting oxygen between this carbon chain, we can make a vesicular structure. We can make the our Bhosale structure. You can make the even nanobell. These are real scanning electron microscopy. Means we can tune the molecule, small molecule. Always we what we do? We always blame to the our society or our organization or university. We don't have this facility, that facility. Or we can create this small molecule to create the beautiful structure. Might take us some time, but you can create the beautiful world from this molecule. See, you can make the belts, you can make the donors, or you can call it balushay, so on. You can make the see this is better balushay instead of this only long chain to the core of this naphthalendiamide. If you put the benzene ring, it make the better balushay than the another type of molecule. Now here we use the phosphate. Phosphonate group is the backbone of the DNA. You know, when you put the L-arginine, it gives the nanobelt, D-arginine producing the particles. You can see that beautiful nano belts can be created from simple molecule. To go beyond that, now I come to the, it's too much pressure for you guys. Many of you don't like me because I'm giving too much stress to you. But a simple molecule, if you want to propose someone, yeah, even your wife, yeah, you are a scientist. If you want to go home and give this flower, this is the flower we created from this simple molecule. And you can see that the growth of flower can be monitored from simple molecule. Then what we did, the phosphonate NDI left hand side mixed with melamine with hydrogen bonding. This is a real natural phenomenon. Nature never use carbon-carbon bond formation. Here we use the interaction, hydrophobic interaction as well as the hydrogen bonding to make the beautiful flower. You can even monitor the growth of this flower. If you propose with such kind of flower to your wife, she never can give the divorce or whatever. Or even a boy can propose girl with this. Why to take some flower from outside, propose someone and say that and she left me after some time. Even you can see that. आपल्या कळीमधून जसं फुल बाहेर येतं, even you can see that how the flower coming from the पाकळीमधून. सुंदर. आता इंग्लिश मध्ये जास्त सांगणार नाही कारण this is a chemistry I want to explain for my Aurangabad people. See, we can make a simple molecule. When you put on the surface, it's growing. The flower you can grow from simple molecule. This is the beautiful structure. Now it was like a jhanducha fula. Then we can make the donor acceptor system to make like here. You can see the naphthalene. We have the amine group there. Phosphate backbone of the DNA. When you have the matching system, phosphate and amine, you can see the beautiful flower can grow from this donor acceptor system with hydrogen bonding. Then come to the litmus paper. Now, here in our college or in our school, we use the litmus paper to detect the pH or to see the pH. When I put the HCl, we see the red. In a base, we see the blue, whatever, reverse way. But the paper, when you put the HCl or base, you cannot reuse. Here we see what is there. Now, our people should learn this. Young scientists should learn this. If they have the pyridine molecule in their small molecule, can they detect the pH? This is very important thing. You can see that I can use my the slide here in between. I can use this litmus paper many times with a simple molecule. Now, I started with a beautiful butterfly, everything. Even you can see this simple molecule. You can see that caterpillar like hierarchical self-assembly nanostructure can be created. It's similar to the caterpillar images to matching to the northern 10 caterpillar adapted from the northern America. You can see our molecule can assemble, self-assemble. This is natural chemistry. We have the hydrophobic pipex stacking, hydrophobic interaction at the bottom, similar to the butter. We have hydrophilic nature up top side. It can match and then make the beautiful caterpillar-like structure. And you can see that even you can see the growth of these caterpillars very easily. Now, if someone is interested to go further, you can go in this chemical review to read some articles. They can capture some articles and they can read and do some science in this area. I always welcome you. If you need my help, I'm always there. I'm also writing another review on this area, and soon it will be published until mid of October or September, depend on the hard work. I moved over the luminescent material. Now, when you go to the luminescent material, what is luminescent material? When you go to the dashboards, now there are many dashboards. They put a very big light and focus to the road and to show their dashboards like our Hecha birthday, Amdar's birthday. They want to show that this Amdar having this birthday and many small faces there. But that light coming to us. Why not we use small molecule to luminescence that uh, itself? When it's dark, our light goes, we can see them. If there is no light, we can't see them. Then that way, accident will be reduced. That's another topic we're working on. This I don't want to go in detail. Here again, we use simple predim chemistry because many times our area doesn't have light. Then, if you want to detect the litmus paper in the dark or evening time, you can use this molecule. This is a photoluminescent molecule. When you put in the water, no, it aggregate and give the light. Then benefit of this is the first example where we show that we can detect the only cancer cell because cancer cell are acidic. We can use simple chemistry. You can see there pyridine group are there. When you put in it, you can see the luminescent property. And now here in a basic PS9, no luminescence of this cancer cell. PS7, neutral cells, nothing. PS3 only see the fluorescence of this molecule. Means we can use this molecule to detect early cancer detection. Why it is important? Because our CM passed away. You know his name, everything. He has detected cancer in a second and beyond that. But if you know, like, first actual I'm developing to cure the cancer. That's another thing. Can we use small molecule to detect early cancers? You inject in the body, no toxic compounds, then can we detect the cancer cells there? That's our aim, and that's where we're reaching. Now, another molecule, instead of, sorry, only pyridine group there, we synthesize molecule with a pyridine, like just a pyridine with a ethyl bromide. Then that can be used for labeling purpose. Like if you drive the car and having your wife in the car, you don't want to see other people inside the car. Don't have to buy something. Only paint with our molecule. This is just idea. I'm just giving it. You don't do it today, but I will come with idea like whether we can use this real world application that latter, but we can use this simple molecule to paint our car. Because if you take something from the whatever the people is selling it, that is not allowed in the government policy now. Because it become in the dark everywhere. You can't see outside, they can't see inside. That's why you have to open the glass. Here we can see from inside to outside, outside to inside, depend on the weather or depend on the light. That's what we're developing. You can see that AUS, Australia, AUS in light. Yeah, we can use this. Another thing, you can use this for a green channel like a cancer cell detection. One more thing, the PI, propylene iodide, has been used for many years. Very, very toxic molecule. There might be many biologists, they might comment that, but this is a toxic molecule. People already proved that. And it's showing that this is a 3. You can see that 3 using propylene iodide to detect the DNA separation. It's just varying. But when I use my molecule, it's showing the better separation, and which is a non-toxic molecule. We are working on this area as well. Now, when you have the wastewater coming from industry with a waste oil like a black oil, we use this simple molecule. Say one molecule, we publish 3 to 4 papers on this molecule. Then we use this to make this MOF-like structure like a metal organic framework where only what oil molecule staying with this hydrophobic channels and water is separating from that. This is very good chemistry. We did that. Another thing, okay, ring-like structure. I was saying that boy can make the flower, take to the girl, or why to just as a joking. But girls cannot buy because they are dependent on the parents, but they can make this molecule to make ring and propose the boys. You can see this molecule. This is a actual porphyrin, and we have tetraphenylethylene group around this porphyrin, which can make the beautiful ring-like structures. Very nice structure. I'm at the end. Don't worry. I'm finishing up. We can make beautiful structures. 5 more minutes. Hello. Hello.
Hello, sir.
5 minutes.
Yes, sir. Within 5 minutes.
Okay. Then you can make the ring-like structure. We can make the like a even grass-like structure, leaf-like structure. Even you can make the beautiful flowers from this natural tetraphenylethylene. You can even optical for you can see the optical property. This simple molecule you can use for labeling purpose. There are many things scientists can do. There are many molecules who can synthesize, and this is my group working on. I can make the like we make the swastik from swastik like swastik. Ladies make this rangoli swastik. I can make the swastik with this simple molecule. Another molecule I can make the molecular clock. There are many things we can develop. That's why not only focus on one area. There are many areas you can develop. You can make the. I will end up with this beautiful slide. You will love it. This molecule making the wires nanotubes. This is slide I want to show you. I can make a giraffe patches from simple molecule. We can make our molecule for dyes for solar cell applications. These are our covers. I think I will end with this slide. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Okay. So on behalf of participant, can I ask some questions? Hello. Bhosale, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, there are some questions from our participant. Can I ask?
Please.
Sir, one of our participant, Dilip Kulkarni sir, is asking that which family of heterocyclic compounds can evolve as a possible vaccine in the treatment of COVID-19 disease?
Sir, for vaccine. Hello.
Sir. Please continue.
No, for vaccine it's very difficult to say anything now because the drug molecule which we are using now, like a chloroquine, hydrochloroquine, cannot be used as a vaccine.
Yes.
It's very difficult to say that. Yeah.
Sir, there is one general question from most of our research scholars.
Yeah, please.
They are asking that whether there will be any change in the nature of research after this COVID-19 pandemic.
Can you repeat it, please?
Sir, most of the research scholars are asking that whether there will be any change in the nature of research after this COVID-19 pandemic.
Sir, I will tell you, for all scholars, I will tell you. See, COVID is one of the virus come out. Now there was Ebola, there was HIV. So what is going it was going on. But here, we panic with this corona very dramatically because it is very dangerous. That's what we feel it. But the trend of research cannot go beyond only one direction. The trend will remain. The basic research is very important. For all guys, all young scientists or young comers, I will tell you, the basic research is very important. If a Modi government or any government could have started with this basic research, we could have killed this virus anytime beyond this. That's why the direction. COVID cannot kill a whole world. Don't worry. will be safe.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So, sir, thank you. Professor Bhosale, sir, started his address with COVID-19 awareness on threat, cure, and precautions. I think it is a very good practice in this pandemic situation. He said that the idea of research can be initiated by utilizing basic concepts from nature like photosynthesis, respiration, etc. All these include the application of supramolecular chemistry. He very well explained the research methodology with the help of his research. Your address was very informative and based on actual application. So, thank you, sir. With this, morning session of day 5 is over. I thank all the participants for being with us on a YouTube live. We will rejoin in the evening session. So thanks and see you again in the evening session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. थोडं इकडे जायला वेळ येतो शेवटचा